Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy OCD Trucker, and I'm coming at y'all today with another OCD Trucker video. This channel is about talking about obsessive compulsive disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, and maybe I could even talk about mild depression as well on here. I've been suffering from OCD, generalized anxiety, for a few years, undiagnosed. Unfortunately, I've had panic disorder in the past. I've had anxiety issues in the past, and I've been, since I actually realized what was going on with me, I've been, working on, hopefully recovering fully over the last 10 months from I would say my OCD was probably more severe than most people's. I experience intrusive thoughts all day, constantly. That's what happens with me. In my brain is constantly negativity, hyper awareness, what ifs. It's just like a broken record in my fucking brain. It's really fucking horrible. And there's a lot of things got to line up in order for you to get better when you have a very severe level of OCD. And it's been very difficult for me on this pathway to recovery, from OCD and anxiety in general. My main focus has been cognitive therapy, ERP therapy, acceptance therapy, meditation. This is my main focus. But however, of course, I'm like anybody that's really in a lot of pain. I'm looking for something that can help. Unfortunately for me, medications have been ruled out. I've seen a psychiatrist. I've seen my general practitioner. I've been prescribed Cymbalta. I've been prescribed Lexapro. I could not bring myself to take them. I took Lexapro for a couple days and just quit. And the reason that is because I feel like my approach to my mental health is like I want to either recover or get on a regimen that is a long-term healthy regimen. And I don't see how you can be your best when you're on an SSRI or an SNRI. I don't see how it's possible. I am on a lot of forms for Cymbalta and Lexapro, and especially Cymbalta. And this is what I hear about medication. Oh, my anxiety's improved drastically over the last couple weeks, but I feel really fatigued, mentally exhausted. I have nightmares. I wake up with heart palpitations. This is like very often what I hear. This is the positive shit. It's like, okay, you're not having a panic attack in the middle of the day, or your obsessive thoughts have mildly, decreased, but you have all types of problems, other types of, physical, mental problems. And it's like, how is that even? That's not any, and the thing is that, even if you are having success on an SSRI, you're going to build up a dependency to it. And, I don't know. To me, medication, I'm not saying that there's not a place for it. I'm not saying that it doesn't help a lot of people out. I'm not saying that at all. Just for me, the way I think about my mental health and mental illness in general, it's really a last resort. I'm not saying there's a time where I probably should have been on medication. Probably if I would have, when I was in the really severe, really in the deep end of OCD, medication probably would have been a benefit more than a detriment. So there is a place for it, but at this point, I just have not used it. So that all being said about medication, I've looked into a lot of supplementation. And supplementation is, obviously, there's a whole lot of supplements out there that different things work for different people. And unfortunately, most things do not really help me, or they have side effects. And I've tried fish oil. It makes me feel less stressed but more anxious. Magnesium, same thing, less stressed but more anxious. I know that's weird, but stress is muscle tension and be feeling uptight, that type of like heavy stress that I really experience from constantly having anxiety in my head. You know what I mean? But when I take these supplements, I feel more relaxed, but my psychological symptoms speed up. So it's weird. Your mind and your body is really connected. I'm just giving you example, you know what I mean? But I'm sure these supplements work for a lot of people, but they just don't work for me. Magnesium, fish oil, I've tried ashwagandha. I had some limited success with ashwagandha. Rhodiola rosea, That really helped in some ways, and I had some like really side effects. It made me fucking depressed as shit, and I don't know why. I've tried B complex, I've tried vitamins, which I do recommend being on a multivitamin. I've tried a whole lot of shit. The only thing that I have really found that really curbs my intrusive thoughts, okay, all right, is inositol or inositol. It's the only thing. And in fact, I really didn't even realize how much it was helping me, because I've been taking it at night just for sleep, and just kind of taking it kind of like mindlessly. Like I haven't really, I read about it, I was taking it, I felt like I was sleeping a little bit better on it. I wasn't having no negative side effects on it, so I've been taking it for about a month. And yesterday, the night before, not last night, but the night before, I didn't take it. And yesterday was a significantly shittier day than the previous days. And I took it the night before. I took it last night. I woke up, I felt feeling better. And I was like, wow, so this inositol, I realized like, oh shit, what was the difference? And the difference was that I've been taking this inositol for about a month, and I've been seeing a lot of really big improvement. And I didn't know that there was a correlation there between me feeling better in the inositol that I'm taking. So inositol for me, it has definitely helped. It's one of those supplements that is not nearly well as known on the internet. I feel like if you talk about supplements for anxiety, you're going to hear ashwagandha really quick. You're going to hear magnesium really quick, possibly fish oil, B complex. But inositol is something that you're probably not going to really hear about. But there's actually a lot of evidence to support that it supports anxiety, depression, and obsessive compulsive disorder. And it's really very safe to take. You can take it in high dosages, and there's little to no side effects at all. And I don't know what the fuck PCOS is, a woman's issue, but it helps with that as well. But inositol has really helped me. It's helped my sleep. It's helped me feel, it's elevated my mood, and it's curbed my intrusive thoughts. Now, how this is manifested in the intrusive thoughts pattern is that at first it's dulling them. So they don't just like go away. And I've been taking a low dose. I haven't been taking nearly what they say you should take for obsessive compulsive disorder. I'll tell you what the dose was here in a few moments. But at first it kind of dulls them. You're getting the intrusive thoughts. You're still getting them. You're still getting the same amount. They dull them. It gets dulled. And then as you take it for a few weeks, for me, everybody's different. Your intrusive thoughts start to spread out more and more. And then like here over the last week, I might not have an intrusive thought for like a half an hour or 20 minutes. And then when I do have an intrusive thought, it's not really causing me a significant amount of anxiety. I feel a lot more present and a lot more calm. My muscle tension is drastically improved. My sleep has improved. And I mean, like today, currently my mind is relatively, it's pretty freaking clear. And so this has been my experience with inositol. Another great thing about this inositol is that it's really cheap. You can get it in powder form, or you can get it in capsule form. I get it in capsule form. And to be honest with you, I don't even I just take the caps because it's pre-measured out, and I just take the capsule out, and I won't even take a full capsule. I'll just take like half a capsule. I've taken a full capsule. Sometimes I'll take a full capsule at night, but sometimes I will just, it's kind of almost like a pre-measured dose. Some people just take the powder form, but it's really cheap. You can get like 100 tablets for like $9.99 at the vitamin shop of this inositol, 650 milligrams, and that's what I've been taking. So that's my experience with in inositol. It comes in powder, it comes in capsule. And the recommended doses to treat obsessive compulsive disorder is 12 to 15 grams, I believe. Grams. I'm taking around 600, and I've never took more than 650 milligrams in a 24-hour period. All right, and that's like one dose. And the reason that I kind of split up the dose is because when I take a whole tablet, see, I like to feel in touch with my emotions, which is difficult when you're trying to get rid of anxiety, but you're trying to retain that yourself, feeling like you're yourself. And if I take like a 650 milligram thing at one time, this is my experience, okay? Yeah, I feel calm, but I also don't feel like completely engaged with the world. I almost feel like a little bit too numbed out. You know what I mean? Too calm. I don't like to feel too calm. I want to feel like kind of energetic and engaged, you know, with what the fuck is going on around me. So, but you can take it up to 12 to 15 grams. This is what is recommended for OCD. So perhaps if you take that, it may like start to curb your thoughts way quicker. I'm not really sure. And how inositol works, like the physiology, because I've read some of the casework and the case studies, because I just get deep. I'm obsessive, and that's my personality, unfortunately, is along with my disorder. But how inositol works in the brain is that it works on cellular function. So it's like a secondary messenger for various neurotransmitters in the brain. So it works similar to serotonin, and it increases the cellular function and the communication in your neural pathways across the synapses. And so it has a very similar effect to an SSRI in that way, and that it works in the synapse, it increases neuroplasticity. And inositol is something that's very prevalent in the brain, and there's a whole other list of things you can look into. It's really it's considered a pseudo-vitamin, that's a vitamin B9, but it was classified at that as 1 point, but it's no longer classified as a vitamin because it's produced naturally in the body. Actually your body produces 2 grams up to 1 or 2 grams of inositol a day, and it's something that occurs naturally. And as far as so that's it. It works on cellular function. It works kind of similar to an SSRI in that fact, but you don't have any of the side effects. It's naturally occurring, and it's worked really well for me. I also hear that it works really well for trichomania, hair pulling, and all types of obsessions and panic attack and stuff like that. So what I recommend is that do your own research on this supplement. Okay, do your own research on this supplement. I suggest, it's very cheap. You can try it. It's very safe. So I see benefits with it at 650 milligrams a day. I've been on it for a month. It took a few weeks to start to really feel it. But you can take up to 15 grams of this shit with no side effects. So it's something that, I feel like can help me get to recovery, or perhaps it can even take lifelong and no side effects. And that's really what you want, even with specific herbs like ashwagandha or rhodiola rosea. I'm not too sure about St. John's worts, but even these herbs, you don't particularly want to be on them for a long period of time. They do mess with your hormones. I think they are really good in short stints, but over a lifetime, do you want to really be taking an herb? There's a dependency that can build up. It's not like a vitamin or a mineral, or like inositol, vitamin B9. It's naturally produced. It's not something like that is meant to be ingested for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? So I feel like inositol is really that's like the really great thing about this. It's very natural. It's very good for you. It's okay to have long term. It's worked for me. If you're looking for help with obsessive compulsive intrusive thoughts, OCD, panic disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, I hope this video helps you. Please comment, like, share, and subscribe. And best of luck to you all out there suffering with this anxiety bullshit. Be easy, y'all.